Hi, I'm Rick and welcome to another one of my videos. I'm on Church Lane and behind me is Dunbar Lane. And just across the road is a very old building. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Come with me. I'm going to start this video at the end of Field Road in the heart of Ashton on Mersey village. I've walked down this entrance many times as a shortcut to Ashton Lane and then onwards towards Dunbar Lane. The entrance leads directly to Macum Cottage, and imagine this entrance was used by the farm for access to the village. You can still see the cobble in the pathway, and also I can imagine the produce being carted up here this way to sell at the local shops here. In 1841, Church Lane in Ashton on Mersey had three names. Dean's Lane was named after the Dean family. Between Chapel Lane and Green Lane was Macum Lane, a name probably originating from Roger Macum, who had a farm in Ashton on Mersey in the year 1628. In 1841, Betty Royal was the owner of the farm, and she rented it out to James Owen and his wife Mary. They had 7 children and 2 servants. On the census of 1861, the Lee family resided here, and on the census of 1871, John Lee was here with his wife and their son James. By 1881, James Lee was the owner of the property, Macum Farm. Unfortunately, the farm and the land had to be sold because it ran into debt and it was no longer viable as a business. Looking at the 1911 census, George Boson was the head of the house. He was a road contractor. He was married to Elizabeth, his wife, and he had 3 daughters and a nephew living at this property. Here is Macum Cottage before any houses were built here. I assume this road became Dunbar Lane, and I will revisit this photograph shortly. This is Clark Mount when the farm buildings once stood on Church Lane. If anybody knows why it's called Clark Mount, that would be great, and could you put that in the comments section? I'm going to tell you about one of its residents, a Private Ralph Davenport. He was killed in the Battle of the Somme on the 29th of August 1916. He's buried at Thiepval Cemetery in France. He was 26 years of age. Tens of thousands of British soldiers would die there. Here is the postcard once again. As you can see, Macum Cottage in the background. You can also see Wellfield Nursery on the card. This is where the school gained its name, as it was built on the former lands of Macum Farm. I cannot see any signs of a well on the old maps. I'm now heading down Dunbar Lane towards Ashton Park. The former Macum farmlands are to my right. When I overlay the old map next to the modern one, it follows exactly the boundary of the farm. I'm now going to show you where the obelisk once stood on this road. By the 18th century, obelisks were springing up everywhere. They're often used as commemorative monuments. There are over 1,000 throughout England, Scotland and Wales. There were no houses or buildings in Dunbar Lane in 1841, but a white obelisk stood in the corner of the glebe field opposite Wellfield Junior School. The rector of St Martin's from 1774 to 1835, the Reverend Popperwell Johnson, was a keen huntsman and erected the obelisk in memory of his horse Una and his pointer dog Norma. It stood in the driveway of the garden in front of us. The obelisk was destroyed in 1934 when the houses were built on this site. I've tried to find out if it was placed in another location, but I cannot find it. And if anyone has any information about this, please put it in the comments section. I'd like to thank Alan Morrison and Carol Underwood for the help in research and photographs for making this video. If you like content like this, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have a property you would like us to research, please get in contact with me. And as always, thank you for watching.